So now we start off with theory. I got the Canon T2i here on a tripod, and I just want to show you what all these numbers mean. So here we have the shutter speed. It's about 1/4000 right now. It means it's very short. This describes how long the camera is open, how much light will enter the camera, and how long it will take to take the picture. If this is very short, 1/4000th of a second, the camera opens only for a very short amount of time. And this is great if you want to freeze water. If you throw water at somebody and you want that clear, you want it frozen on a picture, you choose a very, for example, 1/4000th or 1/8000th of a second, so you get everything clear. If you want the movement to be, let's say you take a picture of a waterfall and you want the water to be very smooth, then you choose the opposite direction, you make it very long. So you can go for a second, for example. This is a second. This means I push the button and for 1 second it takes the picture to take. Everything is right because it was too long. So how do I know it's too long? I have here the metering, and this says +2 or more, so it's too bright. So I go here down. Let's take a look. So it's about 600th of a second, and I push the shutter and I see it's correctly lit. The exposure is right, and you see, voila. So here you control how long the light will enter the camera and how bright or how dark the picture will be, and how frozen the action will be or how smooth the action will be. So the next one is the aperture. It's now on 3.5. The aperture controls, it's like an eye. When you open your eye, you can open your eye totally or close your eyes, and we can close the aperture, which means everything gets sharp in the picture. Now it's f16, which means everything gets sharp. But also less light enter the camera. So when I push the metering, it says minus. So I take a picture, it's probably totally dark. Yes. So I go to, let's just see. So now it's fine. Now we are here on 0. Push the button and everything is fine. And now the background is also very sharp. So when you go to f16, everything gets sharp in the picture. So very often we don't want everything to be sharp with these cameras. We want only the foreground to be sharp. The rest we want blurred out. So therefore is the aperture. The aperture controls how sharp the whole picture is, f16, or how shallow the depth of field is. I can go with this lens to f1.4. This means the eye is very open. The lens is very open. And I push now the shutter. It's very bright. It's totally white. Because the eye is open so much that too much light comes in. So I have to put the shutter down. I see here +2. So I have to go down, down, down until I push the shutter. So this is fine. I'm now at 1/4000th of a second in f1.4. Push the shutter. And only the roses, only the flowers are in focus. The rest is blurred out, and that's what I want. And I can control this with the f-stop. The lower the f-stop, f1.4, the more blurred out will the background be. So the third thing that we have in controlling the picture is the ISO. The ISO controls the sensitivity of light, which means the brighter I want the picture to be, I go up in ISO. For example, when I'm on a wedding and it's dark, I can use the ISO to make the picture brighter. I can go to 800, to 1600, to 3200. On newer cameras, I can go to 100,000 ISO. And so I can control these 3 parts to get the picture bright or dark. I can control the aperture if I want the background to be blurred out or totally clear, and I can control the shutter speed if I want everything to be frozen or I want it a little bit blurred. For example, if I want a car and a car goes by the camera and I want to see the lights of the car in the whole picture, I choose a very, let's say a second. and I will see the red lights of the car in the whole picture. I will show you some examples, and this is the way how you can control your pictures in camera.